Hey guys, so I wanted to come on here and give you my thoughts on what I would definitely consider probably one of the stupidest decisions any Supreme Court or court system period in this country could make, and that decision was by the Supreme Court of Colorado, and mostly it was a decision that was made by four unelected officials, Democratic, appointed unelected officials. Now, it's not surprising that a democratically run Supreme Court would do this, but even they probably knew that, yeah, this might be a mistake. And I think originally this is what they were trying to avoid, but apparently these unelected officials said, no, you gotta, no, we want to see this through. And apparently they got what they wanted because there was reports that they were going to appeal it, I should say. And they did. They did appeal it. And as of right now, whether you like the guy or you don't, whether you're a Democrat and you vote for him, whether you're a Republican, you vote for him, independent, grass party, whatever, a Green Party, I should say, or whatever, uh, he is, as of right now, no longer eligible to be voted for in the state of Colorado come next year. And that, of course, is Donald Trump. Um, and to me, I think this is a massive L, is what it is. It is a massive, massive L for not only the state of Colorado and its judiciary system, easy for me to say, judicial justice system, if you will, judicial system. But it also shows you, plain as day, biased, how biased basically the the court systems can be in some democratically and to an extent republicly run states. How biased they could be to certain people, to certain nominees and candidates. Now, Trump and his team are going to appeal this themselves. They're going to take it to the U.S. Supreme Court, and unless that Supreme Court, the highest of all the land because it represents the entire country, unless that's democratically influenced, there's no doubt, in my opinion, that before we really get into 2024, before we really get into that year, that they're going to overturn this. They're going to overturn this, and he's going to be back on the ballot. But here's why I bring it up, because what this really does, like I said, it not only makes it look bad for the state of Colorado and its justice system and its judicial system and all that, and it shows how biased certain party members are and everything, as well as certain unofficial party members, if you will, unofficially unelected party members. But what this really does is it makes the Democratic Party look bad in the long run. It shows that no matter who the Republican candidate is, going into 2024, that they are desperate to keep their power. They are desperate to keep the person they want in office, no matter what the circumstance. And what all this really did is just blast them right in the foot. That's all it did. Just blasted them right in the foot. Now, some might say they'll recover from it. Yeah, maybe they will. But in the long run, what it's done basically is made the entire Democratic Party look bad. Because again, even if the U.S. Supreme Court, probably sees justification in what they're talking about, and as to why they want to remove Trump from the ballot, they realize that they gotta be fair. They're not going to want any controversy coming down upon them, in the long run. They're not going to want that. Now, when it comes to the entire election itself, does the state of Colorado, basically signify Trump could be, out of the running? No. No, it doesn't. What it means, though, basically, is it's going to encourage a lot of people that are hearing about this. Whether they are Democratic, whether they are Republican, Independent, Green Party, whatever, liberal, whatever. What it's going to do is it's going to encourage them to vote not just for Trump, but for anybody else, beside that, that's outside of Biden, that's opposing Biden. It's going to make them vote for anybody else in the Democratic Party, anybody else in the Republican Party, Independent Party, Green Party. It's going to want them, the Liberal Party. It's going to want them to, it's going to, it's going to make them want to basically, it's going to make them basically want to, you know, go out there and vote for somebody else because now they're seeing how desperate this current administration is, to keep, you know, um, Joe Biden in there. That it shows how desperate they are. If they are willing to go this far, they're willing to go this far to prevent, someone from having a very justifiable right to run for office. Now, as I've said before, yeah, a lot of things that Trump has said and done in the past prior to his first term as president are coming back to bite him. There's no doubt about that. It's coming back to literally bite him. And, he has no one but himself to blame. In fact, one of the things I do agree upon, hearing this in some of the reports, is they're taking what he's talked about in the past, and, throwing it against him. And that's what this really is in the long run when you think about it. It's not about, oh, we got to put, we got to protect Joe and keep him in office for another 4 years or until he passes away or whatever. Or, we got to make sure, and we got to make sure Trump never runs for office again. We got to scare him off. Da, da, da. It's not that. What it is what he said and done in the past, even prior to his first term as president. And what that is, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, and I say it with all due respect, no offense, it's basically what he has said and I guess uh, visually shown to treat women or talk down upon with women. That's what it is. That's what it is in the long run when you get down to it. And again, I say this with all due respect, no offense, but it's the way he looked down upon and talked down to a lot of women, even prior to his first term. And you think in today's day and age, with all the council culture, council culture, woke culture, SJWs and all that, left wingers and whatever, you think women that are part of that are going to let that slide? No. You think men that are siding with the women on that are going to let that slide? No. They're not going to let any of that slide. What they are doing is they're trying to use in front of the world this stage that, is very important for the future of our country as an example, to humiliate Donald Trump and teach him a lesson of, hey, you brought this on yourself because of what you said and talked about when it came to women. You mistreated women, you didn't treat them with respect and all that. This is on you. And that's what it really is in the long run. That's what it really is in the long run. But what this is mainly going to do is it's going to fire him up. It's going to fire him and his team up, not only go to the Supreme Court to get this, reversed, but it's also going, like I said, it's going to cause a lot of people, to not want to vote for Biden and vote more for other people that they feel are more, more worthy to be, running this country. That's all it's going to do. So in the end, the Democrat Party, thanks to Colorado, has basically been put into a situation that doesn't make them look good.